Hello, my beautiful collective. If you are catching this reading on the 22nd of January, know that this reading is for you. This is going to be our group B or group 7 because that's the number that's feeling especially important for me right now. So you'll be group 7 or group B. If you catch this reading outside of the 22nd of January, still know that this is a timeless reading, but that we're looking at this through the lens of the Pluto cazimi that is happening right now astrologically. And so we're looking at and thinking about endings and regeneration and thinking through this reading with that lens. All right, beautiful humans, as you can kind of see, the sun, I have like maybe 20 minutes left with this beautiful, beautiful sun. So we're going to go ahead and capitalize on that little bit of time that I have the sunlight. I am in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the winter here in Chicago. And so with that, the sun does set pretty early. We're going to start with what energy exists for you in this moment that we find ourselves. Again, this is timeless, so whenever that you catch this video, trust that it is coming at the exact time that you need it to come, but it is a general reading, so everything with a bit of an acknowledgement that it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? We're going to start with our tea leaf cards, and we're going to see what divine energy currently exists right now. What would the spirits like you to know? What would they like you to find out? All right. We got a few different tea leaf cards that came up here. So we got Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, that will leave you wiser at the end. We got Bull, another beautiful animal. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. We got Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. And we also got Kite, vacation. Okay, so immediately, it's feeling like you're at the beginning of a new journey, which we love for you. It feels like there's a lot of growth happening, and it feels like you're going to need the resolve of the Bull. I'm also thinking of Aries, although the Bull is Taurus, interestingly enough, but my brain thought of Aries. So do with that what you will, whether you have important Taurus or Aries placements. But it is feeling a bit like, especially with this Forest, and at the bottom we had Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. It didn't come out, but that is just something that I like to keep in mind as I read through these. It's feeling perhaps you find yourself feeling as though you're in the forest. And when I say that, I mean, when you're in the forest, all you can see are tree chunks, especially depending on how big and old the trees are. Everything kind of begins to look the same, right? It feels very muddled. It feels very like, oh my God, like, did I just go in a circle? And it's feeling like you might be feeling like that, but it feels like in particular relating to some type of situation. My brain immediately thought of work for whatever reason. That could be relevant for some of you all, but in general it feels like, and the other thing was potentially some type of relationship that could feel romantic, but it didn't feel romantic when that energy came to me just now. So we'll see what your guides have to say on that. But with the Forest and the Kite coming out together, I think that that's really interesting. It feels like your guides are like, hey, take a little vacation. And that could be a mental vacation. It doesn't have to be a physical vacation, but if you have it within your means to take a physical vacation, listen, my chart ruler is Taurus, and that is ruled by the planet Venus. So I got despite my very masculine energy, I got very Venusian energy as well. And so I'm always a proponent of a good vacation. So if you've been thinking about like, I just need a break, like I just need to go somewhere, I need to be lying on a beach, drinking a Mai Tai, whatever, let this be your sign. Let this be your sign, okay? If you've been thinking about vacation, let this be your sign. Especially, like it feels like, again, it doesn't have to be a physical vacation, but of course I'm going to encourage a physical vacation. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry about it. I love that for you, okay? Please take the vacation. Time is honestly like all that all we have is now. Time is easily the most valuable currency that we have, and you're only in this physical body once, right? In this physical body, right? In this physical vessel. And so I'm always going to be somebody who encourages that. And it does feel like when you take this vacation, whether it's mental or physical, but again, I'm going to encourage the physical version of this, it feels like it helps to clear things up for you, because it feels like you're no longer pushing on the problem end of the stick. And when you relax yourself, you're allowing yourself to receive the answer, whatever it is that answer is that you're looking for. All right, we pulled Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. With Grasshopper Spirit at the bottom, which is take a leap of faith. Yeah, you're feeling very... You're somebody... Ooh. Give me a second. Your energy is feeling very protected. It's feeling very... Old isn't the word that I want to use. But like, it's coming to my brain because I'm thinking in particular of somebody who has lived big lives, plural. Like this is not your first rodeo, okay? And because it's not, and there are different people who are going to approach it differently, but because it's not, you feel like, especially with this elephant and this bull, especially now seeing these two, I feel like I'm seeing it differently. You have been on this long journey, and you're much wiser. You're much the wiser for it. And you've come to this point where you know what's important to you. And it's important for you to recognize that you will not back down against opposition. If it's important to you, you are willing to fight for it. You are willing to stand your ground for it. You are not easily moved. And that energy has really served you well, and I think that it will continue to serve you well. Slow and steady wins the race. It's so interesting too, because I'm also thinking about the imagery of, I don't know if you've actually been able to witness this in person, but when sea turtles, when they're babies, when they just start making mad dash for the ocean, and there's this leap of faith. Oh my! Stop. They don't have to understand. They just know, and they just start making that mad dash for the ocean. They just trust it, like something in them. They're born, and there's like immediate fight for their life, and they're like, we're going. And that feels like you've done that quite a bit. You know how to trust, but like in general, your approach, and like, it's so interesting that their life kind of starts like that, but then generally our associations with turtles, and this is definitely giving like sea turtle in particular, is a more slow and steady kind of life. And that seems to be something that serves you exceptionally well. And it feels very, very important moving forward and in this moment. So with endings and regeneration, in particular, it's feeling like, one, give yourself that time for that vacation. But two, that like just allowing yourself to float through, to go through and be slow and steady and trust the divine timing, and that prosperity and love is growing exponentially around you, and that you don't have to rush or force matters. Again, this vacation feels really, really important. It feels like when you allow yourself to be in that space of just ease, of feeling easy, of feeling joyful and relaxed, like everything that you could possibly want, all of the solutions, all of the answers that you've been waiting for start to come to you. It feels like when you get into that space of just floating, of like being within the flow. I'm thinking of Finding Nemo when the turtles are in that like, you know, I don't remember, what was it called? Tell me in the comments what it was called. But you know, like there's a name, there was like, maybe it was an acronym or whatever for the like, the like water tunnel that they were in. But on the outside looking in, it's going so fast, right? But on the inside, oh my God, and it's giving that energy again of those when the turtles make the mad dash for the ocean, and then once they're there, they're chilling. And in the same way, in order to like get in, you have to just take that leap of faith and like just go in. But when you're in there, they're just cruising. They're just relaxed. They're just chilling. And so there's that feeling of when you're allowing yourself to slow down, you allow everything to flow to you with ease. So if at this point, if this reading finds you at this point where you're feeling like, I'm not doing enough, I need to be doing more, I need to be like on it, I need to be like just making and taking a ton of action right now, your guides are like, no. Trust. Allow yourself to flow. Allow things to flow to you. Trust that when you're in that receptive space, in that easy space, and again, I cannot emphasize enough, if the vacation feels really important here. If you haven't taken a vacation, if you don't remember the last time you took a vacation, you need to take a vacation now. Book that ticket after you were done watching this video. But yeah, it's very like allowing yourself to go with the flow. Just one step, one foot in front of the other. All right, I'm going to pull some tarot cards for y'all to see what advice your guides have for you regarding the situation in which you find yourself, in particular, that slow and steady winning the race, and in particular, just kind of moving out of that muddled, unclear thinking. All right. What messages do you for that? Beautiful. All right, we got the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. We got the Nine of Cups. We got the Queen of Coins in reverse. We got the Page of Swords. Here, let's show one at a time. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Queen of Swords in reverse. We got the Page of Swords. Sorry, Queen of Cups in reverse. Queen of Coins. All the wrong elements. The Queen of Coins in reverse. The Page of Swords. And the Six of Wands. Okay. Whoever you are, beautiful human, you are highly favored. I don't think you need me to tell you that. I think you know. You're on your big one, and your guides definitely protect you, and they're definitely with you. This Nine of Cups and this Six of Wands, so wish fulfillment and victory. It's feeling very like anything that you could possibly want is yours. All you have to do is ask for it. All you have to do is ask for it. Like, what a beautiful point. What a beautiful point in your life to be in where you feel that all that you ask for is yours. Like, if you want something, all you have to do is ask. That's incredible. So many of us pine for something like that. And it's ridiculous because the more that we get to understand ourselves and the universe and how this all kind of works, we understand that that's just kind of how things work, is that we simply need to ask and that will be provided. But we lose sight of that for many, many, many different reasons. And we don't have to get into that right now. But this is definitely like whatever in the beginning of this reading felt like this muddled, unclear thinking. Remember, we're looking at this through the lens of the Pluto cazimi, so endings and regeneration. It very much is feeling like letting go of trying to problem solve when you're on the problem end of the stick. Trying to problem solve when you're in the middle of the forest. If you're in the middle of this forest and every single tree looks the same, all you're seeing is trunks. You're not seeing the tops of the trees. You're not seeing anything else. You're just seeing tree trunks in front of you. Get out of the forest. Get out of the forest. Take that vacation. The vacation doesn't have to be physical. But like, give yourself the mental vacation at the very least, if that's not something within your realm right now, to take a physical vacation. Get out of the forest. Okay? You are somebody who is so protected. This bull feels simultaneously like you and like your guides. Like, it feels like your guides don't mess around about you. And it feels like you've really been on this journey. And so right now, it's feeling like to get out of this muddled, unclear thinking, remember and trusting that slow and steady wins the race. Get out of the forest, take that vacation, and remember that anything that you want, anything that you desire, all you have to do is ask and you'll receive. And that's part of it, right? All you have to do is ask and you'll receive. The other part is trusting that you will receive, okay? Trusting that you will be victorious at the end of the day. And I don't think that that's something I really have to tell you, to be honest. It feels like you feel there's such a certain energy about this, like, and not certain energy like, oh, I like a je ne sais quoi, like maybe, sure, but like I like an energy of certainty rather, in this reading. Page of Swords here as well, like exploring new ideas, sharing your ideas, and trusting that it'll land where it needs to land, not feeling like you have to like proofread 10 times before you send the message out, but that the message is going to land with the people that it needs to land with. You got the Sun, and you got, sorry, this fell, and you got the Four of Cups. Yeah. Listen, it's giving the same energy as this. I know you know, because again, this is not your first rodeo. I know you know. When you get in your own head, you are your biggest obstacle. I don't think it feels like there's very little in this lifetime that can actually affect your progress. But what can is you getting in your own head. And I don't want that to feel like I don't want that to feel like discouraging or anything, but like, not, be honest with yourself. Reflect on the last 3 big problems you had and that have already been resolved. What ended up being the resolution, and what was the biggest obstacle there? And if it was you kind of being in your own way in some way, shape, or form, whether you were overthinking it, whether you didn't ask for help because you were withdrawn into yourself, like things of that nature, the Four of Cups it talks about a missed opportunity because you're so within yourself. There's this cup over here, but this person is just so obsessed with what they have in front of them that there's this beautiful opportunity here that they don't see. And I'm also like drawn to the fact that these are 3 fake birds on these cups, but that is a real life bird. And so just like being mindful of the life that could be passing us up when we withdraw within ourselves. And there's this sun, again, like sun, one of the most favorable cards in tarot. It's all about like beauty and just that feeling of the sun on your skin. And yeah, it's like everything joyous in life. It feels like that's accessible to you. It feels you are highly favored. It feels like there is absolutely nothing you cannot ask for that your guides will not give you. Your ancestors do not play about you. And so right now, like, and not just right now, anytime, when it comes to endings and regeneration, the thing that you need to be ending, the thing that you need to be letting go of and giving up right now is this allowing yourself to retreat within your own mind and go through all these different scenarios and play through all these different things in your head and get yourself to this feeling of this forest, of feeling like you're just looking at a bunch of tree trunks. Everything looks the same, this muddled thinking. That's you got to let that go, because I want to say girl, but I don't mean that in a gendered way. Like I just like I just mean like my beautiful human, you are so heavenly favored. Everything about this reading just feels so, the energy feels so certain. You feel so protected. You feel so just within the flow of life. And so if you've been like, I just can't, I don't know why, like I just feel so muddled about this, like I just can't, like I don't understand why the solution's not coming for me, take a vacation. It can be a mental one. You know, if you got a nice little Korean spa by you, something, it doesn't have to be a Korean spa, but I love me a Korean spa. They know what they're doing. And support local. For me, I love my local Korean spa. Anywho, I hope that this reading resonated. I hope that this reading felt empowering above all else, but that you felt seen and validated, and that hopefully this gave you some type of encouragement and empowerment. If you're new here, my name is Yaneza, and my page is all about healing. It's all about life, and it's all about travel and tarot. And I will continue to do readings on this page, and so if this feels like something that you want to stick around for, I would love to have you here. Before I let you go, I'm going to pull an affirmation card for you, just to kind of send you off on your merry way. But yeah, if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, I would love to read for you. I love doing this. This is definitely something that has become very important in my life. And if this resonated and this feels like you want to move towards that option of a private reading, feel free to reach out to me here or on my socials at yanezawanders as well, under the same handle immediately. Guys, do not play about you. Oh my god, 2. Okay. Anywho, yes, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, feel free to reach out to me on here or on my social media, and I would love to get that set up for you. All right, beautiful humans. I got a key component of the creative process is the active reception, the download, the active listening. I am not in control of my creativity. I'm in partnership with it. All right, and the other one is, my creations are accomplices that I can't wait to bring into the world. Go take that vacation. Let the answers come to you. Stop tugging at the problem end of the stick. Your guides they will go to bat for you. There's absolutely nothing that you cannot do. All right, loves. Beijinhos. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you have the best day. All right, until the next one.